Bhagat Singh. He is the symbol of heroism of the youth of the India. In this video, we can clearly know the true history of the legend of Bhagat Singh. Once, a little boy of 3 years and his father was walking along the edge of a field. The beautiful sight of the green crop delighted the boy. After a while, not hearing the footsteps of the boy, his father looked back. The boy was no gap on the ground and seemed to be planting something. "What are you doing, son?" asked the father. Getting curious, the boy replied, "Father, I shall grow guns all over the field." His father was shocked. The boy was none other than Bhagat Singh, who went on to become a revolutionary and lay down his life for Indians' freedom. He is a symbol of heroism of the youth of the India, and he is remembered especially for having a bomb in the Central Legislative Assembly on April 18, 1929, in a protest against the British. Bhagat Singh was born on September 27, 1907. He was the third son of Sardar Kishan Singh and Vidyavati, who belonged to the Sikh family of farmers in the village of Banga, Punjab, now in Pakistan. The Singh family stood for patriotism, reform, and freedom of the country. Bhagat Singh's grandfather Arjun Singh was a follower of Swami Dayananda Saraswati's Hindu reformist movement. Arya Samaj was keen with the proceedings of the Indian National Congress. Bhagat Singh's uncles Ajit Singh and Swaran Singh, also his godfather, were the members of Ghadar party founded in the US. The family atmosphere had a great effect on the mind of the young Bhagat, and patriotism flowed in his blood from childhood. Bhagat Singh was admitted to the primary school. He was a quite interested in studies and was always ahead of others in his class. He had a beautiful handwriting too. Soon, Bhagat became the favorite of his teachers. His classmates too liked him very much and declared him their leader. Bhagat easily made friends with one and all, not only his classmates, but also the coolies, the labourers, and the sweepers were his friends. Bhagat was very hardworking student. His teachers wondered at his intelligence. He scored good marks in subjects like history, geography, and arithmetic, but he had a bad score in English, 68 out of 150. It must have been because he had always hated the British. In a letter to his grandfather, Bhagat wrote, "My score in English is 68 out of 150. A score of 50 is enough for a pass. Thus, I have passed with credit." Punjab was politically very charged in those days. A very tragic event happened in India in the year 1919. British soldiers opened fire on a gathering in Jallianwala Bagh and kept up the fire for quite some time. There was not way of escaping for the people. Countless men, women, and little children had lost their lives. Blood flowed like a stream. The event caused terror and anger in the minds of people all over the country. Bhagat Singh was only 12 years old at the time. The incident deeply disturbed him. On the next day of incident, Bhagat Singh went to Jallianwala Bagh, collected soil sanctified by the blood of the innocent and kept it as a memento for his life. The incident strengthened him to resolve to drive the British out from India. In response to Mahatma Gandhi's non-cooperation against the British rule in 1921, Bhagat Singh left his school and actively participated in the movement. At that time, there was a call to boycott foreign cloth in the country. Gandhi and other leaders advocated the use of homespun cotton cloth by the Indians. Many leaders burnt their English costumes and took to khadi. Bhagat too joined the mission, and he would collect foreign cloth, heap them, and burn them. But in 1922, Mahatma Gandhi suspended the non-cooperation movement because of violence at Chauri Chaura district in Gorakhpur. In Chauri Chaura, some extremists had locked up 22 policemen together in a house and set the house on fire, burning the man to ashes. Mahatma Gandhi felt very sad at this and asked the people to end the non-cooperation movement. This brought a great disappointment to the young Bhagat Singh. Should an important movement be given up just because of 22 persons died? He contemplated. Some days before, a 19-year-old revolutionary Kartar Singh was hanged by the British government. Where were these supporters of non-violence at that time? Why didn't they raise any objection then? All these thoughts shocked Bhagat Singh's faith in non-violence and non-cooperation movement. He came to conclusion that armed revolution was the only practical way of winning freedom. He made a deep study of the lives of the revolutionaries of Ireland, Italy, and Russia. The more he read, the deeper he grew that war alone could bring freedom. Now, Bhagat Singh began to organize the youth. In 1923, Bhagat participated in an essay competition organized by the Punjab Hindi Sahitya Sammelan. He won the contest and grabbed attention of many, including the General Secretary of the Sammelan, Professor Bhim Sen Vidyalankar. At such a young age, Bhagat quoted famous Punjabi literature and discussed the problems of Punjab. He read a lot of poems and literature written by the Punjabi writers. As a teenager, Bhagat Singh studied in the National College in Lahore. The college was founded by the Lala Lajpat Rai, a great revolutionary leader and reformist. It was the heart of revolutionary activities. There, Bhagat meets patriots like Bhagavati Charan, Sukhdev, and others. Meanwhile, his family wanted him to get married. But Bhagat wanted to avoid early marriage and so he ran away from home. Before leaving, Bhagat Singh wrote a letter that read, "The aim of my life is to fight for India's freedom. I don't wish for any pleasures. At the time of my Upanayana, my uncle had taken a sacred promise from me. I promised to sacrifice myself for the sake of the country. Accordingly, I am now giving up my own happiness and going out to serve the country." Bhagat Singh reached Kanpur. First, he earned money by selling newspapers. Then, he came across a revolutionary named Ganesh Shankar Vidyarthi. Bhagat got a job in the office of Ganesh Shankar Vidyarthi. He learnt his first lessons as a revolutionary here. But soon, he received news of the grandmother being ill and had to return home. He continued his revolutionary activities from his village. He went to Lahore and formed a union of revolutionaries called Naujan Bharat Sabha, which had members from all sects and all religions. He propagated the message of revolution in Punjab. In the Sabha, Bhagat grew very popular among the youth. At that time, Professor Bhim Sen Vidyalankar requested him to join the Hindustan Socialist Republic Association. So Bhagat Singh joined the association, which was headed by the Ram Prasad Bismil and Ashafullah Khan. In 1928, he attended a meeting of revolutionaries in Delhi, where he struck acquaintance with Chandrasekhar Azad and Batkeshwar Dutt and other like-minded people. They used to print handouts and newspapers in secret and spread political awareness in India through Urdu, Punjab and English. These were all banned activities in India at that time and punishable. Bhagat Singh and Chandrasekhar Azad formed Hindustan Samajwadi Prajatantra Sangha. Its aim was to establish a republic in India by means of an armed revolution. The same year, a committee from England visited India. The committee was named Simon Commission, and its purpose was to decide how much freedom and responsibility could be given to the people of India. But there was no Indian on the committee. Indians decided to boycott Simon Commission. When the commission visited Lahore on October 30, 1928, Lala Lajpat Rai led the protest against Simon Commission in a silent, non-violent march. But the police retorted to violence. Lala Lajpat Rai was beaten with lathis at the chest. He later succumbed to his injuries. Singh, who was an eyewitness to this event, vowed to take revenge. He joined with other revolutionaries Sivaram Hari Rajguru, Jai Gopal and Sukhdev Thapar in a plot to kill the police chief. Jai Gopal was supposed to identify the chief and signal for Singh to shoot. However, in a case of mistaken identity, Gopal signaled to Singh at the site of J.P. Sanders, a deputy superintendent of police. It was a mistaken identity. Thus, Sanders instead of Scott was shot. Bhagat Singh quickly left Lahore to hide his identity. He shaved his beard and cut his hair. Instead of finding the root cause of discontent of the Indians, the British government took to more repressive measures. Under the Defence of India Act, it empowered the police to nab anyone whose speech and action were detrimental to their interest. The rule brought in the Central Legislative Assembly was defeated by one vote. Even then, it was to be passed in the form of an ordinance in the interest of the public. In response to the rule, the Hindustan Socialist Republic Association planned to plant a bomb in the Central Legislative Assembly, where the ordinance was going to be passed. Bhagat Singh volunteered to hurt the bomb. Initially, Chandrasekhar Azad attempted to stop Bhagat Singh from carrying out the bombing. But the remainder of the party forced him to leave to Bhagat's option. It was decided that Bhagat Singh and Brutikeshwar Dutt would toss the bomb in the assembly and would quote arrest thereafter. It was carefully laid out plot not to cause death or injury, but to draw the attention of the government that the modus of the supersessions could no more be tolerated. On April 8, 1929, Bhagat Singh and Brutikeshwar Dutt flung bombs in the Central Assembly Hall while the assembly was in session. They shouted Inquilab Jindabad, that meant long live the revolution. Bomb neither killed nor injured anyone. Singh and Dutt claimed that this was deliberate on their part, a claim sustained both by British forensic investigators who found that the bomb was not powerful enough to cause injury, and by the fact that smoke bomb was tossed by the people. After the bombing, Bhagat Singh and Brutikeshwar Dutt refused to run away from the scene and gave themselves for arrest. They were sentenced to transportation for life for the bombing. Shortly after this, British came to know the Bhagat Singh involvement in the murder of J.P. Sanders. Bhagat Singh, Rajguru and Sukhdev were charged with the murder. Bhagat Singh decided to use the court as a tool to publicize his cause for the independence of India. He admitted to committing the murder and made statements against the British rule during the trial. When Bhagat in jail, Bhagat Singh realized that the British murderers and thieves were treated better than the Indian political prisoners, who by law were meant to be given better rights. Bhagat and other prisoners launched a hunger strike, advocating for the rights of prisoners and those facing trial. Their aims in their strike were to ensure the decent standard of food for political prisoners, the availability of books and daily newspaper, as well as better clothing and the supply of toilet necessity and other hygienic bare necessities. He also demanded the political prisoners should not be exploited. During this hunger strike that lasted for 63 days and ended with the British buckling to his wishes, he gained much more popularity among the common Indians. On October 7, 1930, Bhagat Singh, Sukhdev, and Rajguru were awarded death sentences by a special tribunal. Despite great popular pressures and numerous appeals by political leaders of India, the three comrades were hanged in the early hours of March 23, 1931. Bhagat Singh supporters immediately declared Bhagat Singh as a Shahid. Indeed, Bhagat Singh was one of the most prominent Mars that India had never produced. He was a revolutionary ahead of his times. By revolution, he meant that the present order of things, which is based on manifesting injustice, must change. Bhagat Singh studied the European revolutionary movement and was greatly attracted towards socialism. He realized that the overthrow of British rule should be accompanied by the socialist reconstructions of Indian society, and for this, political power must be seized by the workers. Bhagat Singh gave a new dimension to the revolutionary movement in India. He differed from his predecessors on two conditions. First, he accepted the logic of atheism and publicly proclaimed it. Second, until the revolutionaries had no conception of post-independent society. Their immediate goal was destruction of British Empire and they had no insulation to work out political alternative. Bhagat Singh, because of his interest in studying and his keen sense of history, gave revolutionary movement a goal behind the elimination of British. Clarity of vision and determination of purpose distinguished Bhagat Singh from other leaders of the national movement. He emerged as the only alternative to Gandhi and the Indian National Congress, especially for the youth. Bhagat Singh became a legendary hero for the masses. Innumerable songs were composed in praise of him, and the youth throughout the country made him their idol. He became a symbol of bravery and a goal to a freedom India. He was put to death, but he lives the hearts of his countrymen. Bhagat Singh preferred to be shoot dead than hanged, for his body would be close to the soil of India.